Alright, welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I am not going to be wedging or cleaning up the thing. So I've taken the clay, wedged it as before. If you want to see that, it's in another video. I've taken the clay, put it into a ball, and thrown it onto the bat. Now that it's on the bat, I'm going to spin it up and let's do what we call coning. And in coning, we squeeze the clay into this cone shape and we push it back down. And we're going to do this a numerous amount of times just to make sure that the clay is elastic and that there are no air bubbles in it. The better you do this process, the easier it's going to be in the future. Now that it's in the cone, we push it into this puck shape, and now that it's in a puck shape, I'm going to use my hand and shove the clay downwards. Once it's here, I'm going to use a sponge and do what's called opening, and then I take the sponge and push it into the very center and pull my hand towards myself. And this slowly starts pushing all the clay to the outside, and you're going to do this when you make cylinders, vases, bowls, anything of that shape. Once it's completely opened, you're going to pull up the walls, which I'm going to do here in just a second. Alright, now you can see me using this sponge to pull up the actual edge of this Korean style bowl that I'm making. What I'm doing is I'm taking my right and left hand and I'm pinching the clay essentially in between my fingers and pulling up, and this forces the clay in an upwards direction. And I do this numerous amount of times just to create the shape that I want and the thickness of the rim, and I'm going to speed it up here and let you watch that. Now in this process, you're going to see me using a metal and this red rubber kidney shape. What that does is it allows me to scrape all of the mud/slip outside of the bowl, and it helps me shape it and clean it up. You can also do what's called collaring, and that's when I took my hands and wrapped it around the actual bowl. This just brings it back into center, because as the wheel spins, the clay slowly starts to stretch outwards. For the final touches, I'll use this metal kidney, and that just finishes it off nice and smooth. Once it's done, I let it dry overnight, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less, and here I am in the next day, taking it and putting it upside down, and then I will center it with tap centering like you just saw, and then I will take this trimming tool and shape it more. This just allows me to take off shavings. You always throw the piece a little bit bigger, and then you can shape it down later. The reason you want to do this is when the clay is wet and you're actually shaping it, it doesn't hold its strength very well. Unlike when it's at this leather hard state, you can get away with thinner walls and not have the piece break. That's pretty much it. That's all I have for you today in this short video. If you want to see a longer one with the wedging and more explaining, I have those coming up, and then I also have pictures of my finished pieces and my progress coming up. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.